Hello and welcome to episode 132 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. I'm Mark. How do you do? Tonight, we are going back to good old Led Zeppelin. We did a Jonesy show last week, and I told you we'd be going Led Zeppelin this week. Because if I do too many side projects like Firm, Jonesy, Coverdale Page, Robert Plant, you all flee from me like animals fleeing a forest fire. And I understand it, because it's a Led Zeppelin podcast, and the other stuff is cool. I was like, oh yeah, let's hear what Jonesy is. But, too many weeks in a row of like, okay, great, what about Led Zeppelin? And makes Jack a dull boy. We don't want that to happen, do we? So, in the interests of brevity, and because time is precious and I don't want to waste your precious time, I'm going to play all the songs I'm going to play right now, simultaneously. Maybe not. Those are spoilers. Now I know what songs you're going to play. Oh no. Today's show is early. January 11th, 1969 at the Fillmore West as an opening act, because they were nobody. Their album wasn't even out yet. Excuse me. Choked on my own spittle. Their first album wasn't even out yet. They'd only been in the country for 2 weeks. They're 12 days away. 12? 13 days? I don't know. Math. From their show at the Gymnasium in Gonzaga, at Gonzaga University in Spokane or Tacoma. I can never remember. Spokane, I think. Who knows? Now I'm going to think about that. Anyways, this is a soundboard recording. A great soundboard recording, made even better. But how? It was remastered by a human being named Naked Eye 25 on the internets. Isn't it funny how we all have names online like we used to have? I don't know. Well, most of you folks are old like me or older. Back in the 70s in the CB radio craze when everybody had a CB. And they all had a handle. I was the Big D. Which is funny because, first of all, it's a shitty name to broadcast over the low resolution CB waves. And number two, I was like 8 years old. This is the Big D. Looking for and people are like, the Big G? No, D. Big B? D. Are you a lady? No! Anyways, what's that have to do with Zeppelin? Nothing. But I reckon Naked Eye 25 isn't the name that this human has on their license. But that's cool. My online handle has been for years. Decades now. Shit. Mojo Zoso. So if you see me online as Mojo Zoso, avert your eyes. Anyways, Naked Eye 25 did a nice, tasteful remaster of this show. Nothing crazy, spread out the sound field, which is always important, to give it some space and depth. I'm reading from his notes now. And bumped up the bottom end just a bit to give it a fuller sound. Beautiful. Smoothed out a couple of transitions, retract it. It's good. Opening up that space does wonders to the recording. And it's not, unbelievably different from the original. It's just a little spit and polish, in my opinion, because we're now in the territory of subjective perception. In my opinion, it's an improvement. So I hope you like it. It's called Blues Deluxe. And it had, let me read you the set list. It's a short set because, Nobody knew who they were, and they were opening for like Vanilla Fudge or Iron Butterfly or whomever. I didn't look it up. Maybe it was Alice Cooper. Shit. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Maybe I'll look it up while you're listening to these fine tunes. So they open with, maybe this isn't the opener. Maybe this isn't the full thing, because usually they opened with Train. But here's what the recording has. I Can't Quit You. Dazed and Confused. You Shook Me. How Many More Times. Communication Breakdown. Und that's it. Nice, concise, pocket-sized, appetizer-sized set. Which is good, because there wasn't a single person at the Fillmore West who was going to see Led Zeppelin. They were going to see whoever Zeppelin was opening for. And then they got their faces blown off by this band. Still wild, still figuring it out live. But Jesus, Bonzo sounds great in this. Everybody sounds great. But Bonzo especially. Love him. So, should I waste more of your time? I might. I could. Or you could also just fast forward till the music starts too. Ain't no handcuffs on you. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to start with I Can't Quit You, because I love that song, and I love that song. It's a song that they nail almost all the time, and I like it more than You Shook Me. I don't know why. I just do. So I Can't Quit You, baby. January 11th. Their second week in the United States. No album out, just word of mouth. Probably from the night before, when people were like, dude, I just saw whoever, Vanilla Fudge, Iron Butterfly, The Doors, whatever. And the opening act, Led Zeppelin, blew their fucking brains out. Incredible. And that's how this band got great. Aside from being great to begin with, there's a lot of great musicians that don't make it big. These guys made it because they hit the ground running in December of '68 in the States, and they kept touring. They toured so many times in '69 and '70, and every time they toured, they played bigger venues. They're opening, and then they're not opening. They're featuring. Then they're playing clubs, headlining. Then they're playing venues, headlining. Then they're playing bigger venues, headlining. And then you get to the Madison Square Garden level. And then you get to, of course, in '73, the giant ass coliseums. And they did it through hard work and being awesome. And that's what it was. These boys worked hard. So listen to some great young men. The oldest of them is Jimmy. He's 25 years old. He turned 25 2 days prior to this. Bonzo and Robert are 20 years old. How many of you have kids that are 20 years old? Shake your head, right? Yeah, because they're still babies. So listen to what these babies can do, baby. I Can't Quit You, baby. Enjoy. Oh yeah, there's a Robert's going to talk for a little bit before the song starts, and I'm keeping that in because why not? It's interesting, and it also prevents that jarring transition from, here you go, listen to the song, enjoy, instantly, like that just did. Sorry. All right, now, please enjoy.
The next one on the agenda is a thing, Otis Rush number. That's on this album, Led Zeppelin, which comes out in a couple of weeks. When we got the string together, it's a thing, thank you, called I Can't Quit You, Babe. In a very few seconds. Are you warm enough tonight? Are you really warm? It's so warm in here, it's not true. That's the word, hot, yeah. I've got it on. Nearly there. Good job of doing 2 spots. Yeah. Yeah, has anybody got a Les Paul? No? Jeffu? Tell to bring it here then. Straight from the National Trust, Great Britain. You've heard about the National Trust? That's great. Thank you very much. We'll have one in America soon. Thanks for your patience anyway. so high. Oh, and then you let me down so low. I love it, you build my heart so high. And then you let me down so low. Oh, I think I got a feeling in my mind, low. I don't know which way to go. Thank you very much. That was, right. We're going to get everything right now. This is,
Anybody who's ever played guitar knows what happened. Jimmy broke a string and Robert had to fill time. Then they had to find a string. Apparently they didn't have what this is they were still riding around in like a rented station wagon. And someone was driving a van with their shit in it. Maybe everything, no, couldn't be in the back. Yeah, it's a van and a station wagon situation here. These are guys, you know, they're not rich yet. They're not famous yet. I mean, it's not that Jimmy wasn't famous. He was in the Yardbirds. So, it's interesting. It's funny. Everybody got a Les Paul. That was smooth for him being, I mean, in the States for less than 2 weeks, or maybe just 2 weeks. Good for him. Good front man. And you could hear Jimmy at the end of the song tuning up, because if you're not a guitar player or not a musician, when you restring a guitar, put a new string on, you can tune it, but it will continue to stretch and detune for a little while. So you have to retune it and adjust it. And I mean, not greatly, not grossly usually if you do it right, but you got to keep tuning it until it finally just reaches a parity and just stays, you know, lightens up basically. So that's what happened there. That's funny. Anybody have a Les Paul? Jeff Beck. Jeff who? Very funny. And just 3 months from this point, Jimmy will have his Les Paul. He'll buy it from Joe Walsh for like $1,200. It'll be the good old 59 Les Paul #1 that we all know and love. But now he's still playing the Dragon Telly. Bless his heart. So what else? Well, I guess we should just jump into song number 2, eh? Which is going to be Dazed and Confused. A minuscule 13 minutes long. But imagine sitting there at the Fillmore, seeing these guys getting blown away by their musicianship, and then hearing this.
Carrying on with a thing from the album, this is what we wrote ourselves. Big deal, big deal. This is called Dazed and Confused. it's not true. Wanted a woman never bargain for you. Take it easy, baby. Say what you will. Don't work so much when I send you the bill. Take all my money, everything that I earn. Run around, sweet baby, then on every minute time. I wanna love you, baby, trying to tell you what I wanna do. Every time I try to tell you, woman, you got somebody new. Day, I bring it home, my heart and pain. Sweet little baby, let me take it away. I try to love you, baby, but you know what you gonna do. I try to love you, baby, but you've always got somebody new. confused so long it's not true. Wanted a woman never bargain for you. Take it easy, baby, say what you will. The tongue wax so much when I send you the bell. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Remember back at the beginning when Robert said we wrote this ourselves? Now, do you think he knew? Do you think he knew it was a Jake Holmes tune? Because it is. It's a straight up rip off of the Jake Holmes tune. It's not inspired by. The lyrics are different, but or do you think that they just brought that forward in the recording sessions, and Robert didn't know? Because hey, I've got this cool song. Let's figure it out. I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? No, it doesn't. We don't listen to these boys for their upstanding, good moral behavior. That's for church. This is rock and roll. It's a little dirty. Anywho, we have crossed the 30-minute mark. I have one more song I'm going to play to you, for you, at you, near you. But first, the spiel. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under the name Heart of Markness. Facebook, there's a nice Facebook group with 100 and something people in it that are all very nice, very wonderful. Big fans of Zeppelin, big fans of Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, etc., as well as just rock and roll, classic rock in general. So it's a great place to hang out and chat and get pointers, get tips from people like, hey, what should I listen to for the Kinks? Oh, you should listen to blah, 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 blah. If you want to hang out. And again, demographically, most of us are on Facebook because we old. And Twitter, of course, and YouTube. I just put the Led Zeppelin podcasts on YouTube. So if you're at work or something, or in the garage, or want to listen to it on YouTube, it's not the same quality as this. It's lossy. It is compressed a little bit, but I mean, I don't think you can really hear it unless you're really looking. And if you are, just listen to the stream on SoundCloud, motherfucker. And where else am I? Oh, heartofmarkness.com. That is where you can find these podcasts again, and also links to the recordings that from which I take these songs. For example, you can download this full recording of the 5 songs that I listed earlier for free from me to you at heartofmarkness.com. And I'm going to put that up tonight, maybe. I am all caught up on the website, so I'm in a state of grace now. I want to continue that, so I will endeavor to put that up tonight. But it's already 8:00, and there's stuff I got to do. So it may not be tonight. If it's not tonight, it'll be within a day or so. And if you like what I do and you like how I do it and you want to materially support the podcast, you can immaterially support the podcast by telling your friends about it or leaving a review on whatever you're listening to this. If you're listening to it on Google, you can leave a review on Google. If you're listening to this on Apple, you can leave a review on Apple, etc. And that really does help the algorithm when people search for Led Zeppelin in the podcasts. I pop up much quicker. When I first started this, I didn't pop up at all. I'd go down to like, you'd have to scroll past, past rock podcasts, past music podcasts, past like, NPR, All Things Considered, or something where they mentioned Led Zeppelin once. But now I'm rising in the ranks, and that's a good way to promote it. Leave a review. It gives me a smile and helps this out. If you materially want to and can throw down some coin for The Witcher, go to patreon.com/heartofmarkness, or just go to heartofmarkness.com when you're downloading all those wonderful shows and click the Patreon banner in the upper left-hand corner of the homepage and see if there's something there that interests you. In fact, I have to do a Patreon podcast this weekend for the month, because certain tiers and above of the patronage get a custom podcast every month. And this month it's going to be a nice, sweet soundboard recording of the Los Angeles Arms Tour, Jimmy's set. And you're like, yikes. Not really, because the soundboard, his telly has a bit of a growl to it, and I like it. But it's different every month. Anyways, here's another benefit if you're a patron. Unless you tell me not to, I read your name every week. And here are the current titans upon whose shoulders rests this mighty podcast. A laurel and hearty handshake go out to Philip, Picard, Kneggern, Jeff, Chris, Michael, Rob from Melbourne, Australia, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, David, Other David, Bonzo Billy, and Mimo. Thank you, my friends, for helping me keep the lights on here. It really does help. It helps, supports the show, and also supports myself. I am not a man of means, so it's not like it just gets tossed into my giant Scrooge McDuck vault. It gets applied to things. So thank you very much, friends, for your material support. It means the world to me. Truly. All right. Back to our show. We're going to listen to How Many More Times. Ba 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 da 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 da. Wow. Last one I'm going to play for you. How Many More Times? There is a cut, but luckily the person who remastered this, the lovely and talented Naked Eye 25, smoothed it out very well. It's not as brash as it is on the unremastered soundboard recording. So please enjoy hungry young Led Zeppelin as they are fired out of the cannon and working towards fame. Holy shit. How many more times? Enjoy.
Oh, shut up a bit. This is too much now. I tell you what, we're going to finish this half off now, and we'd like to, for those who haven't been here before, like to introduce the group to you. Led Zeppelin, John Paul Jones, bass guitar. John Bonham, drums. John Bonham. Jimmy Page, lead guitar. And myself, Robert Plant. loving, loving. I'm gonna give you loving. I wanna give you loving. I love it. Love, 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 love. I've got you in. I got you in. I got you in the sides of my loving. Easy, easy. I've got you in the sides of my loving girl. How many more years? Treat me the way that you wanna do. How many more years? Treat me the way that you wanna do. Will you be bad to me, woman? I wanna be. I wanna be. I wanna be. I wanna be. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Thank you. Thank you very much. I tell you what, there's nothing we can say except for thank you. Really, thank you very much.
I love it. I love it that they win the audience. They just totally entrance the audience, and they just more. And it's a small club. I mean, it's the Fillmore. It's a club, so we're not talking thousands of people. But the fact that that's the reaction that an opening act gets, an unknown, unheard opening act, harbinger of things to come, friends. Harbinger of things to come. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I enjoyed this, and please avail yourself of heartofmarkness.com. There's good stuff there. There's every show that I've done, I think. Plus all my classic rock stuff. On the weekends, I do a classic rock podcast. It's still the same podcast. You just subscribe to this one. You get everything. Just on the weekends, I tend to do, most of the time, it's whatever the latest Mike Millard recording is. Last week, it was Elvis Costello, which was great. But it could also just be something, from my private collection. So there's usually something on the weekends when I can swing it. This weekend, it'll probably be on Sunday when I do it. But who knows, man? Sorry, getting sleepy. All right. I've got to go take a shower, do the dishes, put the food away that I made, clean up. Man, don't you hate cleaning up after yourself? Like, I made spaghetti tonight, and I kind of half-ass made the sauce. I had some pre-made marinara, store-bought, but I sauteed onions in olive oil and then threw some garlic in and then added the sauce to that and added some, a little of this, a little of that, and let it all just simmer while I made the spaghetti. And it definitely knocks it up a notch. It's not as good as, from scratch, but it was yummy. And but it's also messy, and I got to go deal with that nightmare. And then take a shower, and then get ready for tomorrow. And then be on my way. All right, friends, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will be back this weekend, like I said, with a classic rock podcast. I've got a patron episode I got to get done. And next Thursday will be another Led Zeppelin or Led Zeppelin themed podcast. If you'd like, you can reach me at any of the previously mentioned areas, Twitter, Facebook, etc., or mark@heartofmarkness.com. And special shout out to two listeners who are awesome, and I don't give them enough attention. Wanda, you are the best. She always shares, shares my stuff on Facebook, likes and comments on the same thing on YouTube, and is great. I really appreciate it, Wanda. You are always, always, always in the front row of my show. Thank you very much. And Amy, who is just awesome. Sometimes she sends out cards that she makes. And she sent me some really cool Led Zeppelin cards once, just completely out of the blue. And Amy, you are awesome. You always make me smile. And I hope both of you, Wanda and Amy, are going to have an excellent weekend. Wanda, I think, is on the West in California seeing Jason Bonham. Led Zeppelin experience. And if that's the case, Wanda, tell him to listen to my podcast. And otherwise, have a wonderful everything and be good to yourselves and each other. And I'll talk to you soon.